You know what's funny? I already know the number one thing you're going to hate about this camper. Welcome, everybody. Josh RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at the Forest River Cherokee group. And I've not done a good enough job of getting my hands on more of these. I call them ramper campers or crossovers. It's not necessarily a true toy hauler, and it's not extra wide, it's not extra tall, it's not extra heavy, nor extra expensive as a result. This one right here is purpose built to fit within the safe towing limits of more daily driving half tons. Not the super heavy duty one-off crazy half tons. The half ton that you might actually find at a dealership every day is far more likely to find this within their safe capacities. But to do that, no slides and a front east-west corner bed kind of shoved up in there. Now that means it's shorter, lighter, easier to tow, easier to park, easier to manage. It also means that if there's two of you camping in it, you're crawling over one another, and you better know each other biblically, because in some third world countries, you spend a night like that, you wake up and you're now legally married. So this one right here, it does not fit your gigantic four-seater side-by-side ATVs. That's not what this is. This is for someone who's like, maybe I've got a kayak or a couple e-bikes. You could put a dirt bike or an ATV in here, certainly. But this is also for people who like, what if you do dog shows, dog kennels, or what if you just don't want to slide out in an RV, but you want that extra open space? That ramp patio, especially with the moonshade that goes on the back, can be exactly what you're looking for, and the campsite window coverage on this is really hard to beat. We have things like holding tank heaters, factory standard battery, tending solar, battery. These also have the ramp models also have their adventure package. So that's where the bigger tires and the extra lift is coming from to give you that extra ground clearance and a bunch of other things. It's got highs, it's got lows, and I've got high cholesterol and low self-esteem. So we'll meet each other in the middle and let me know what you think about this one. So until... Sorry. That wasn't rehearsed. It just came out. That one really got me. And I have this weird policy. If there's something you're not going to like about an RV, I say let's talk about it. Let's get it out of the way right now. If this is a deal breaker, fine, no problem. Do me a favor though. Click over to one of our other videos and know that we'll shoot you straight on stuff. Right here, this right here probably is going to be the biggest pain point for a lot of people. It's an east-west short queen corner bed, and baby, she's boxed right in there. For a solo camper, not a problem. A dude and a dog. A lady and a dog. A lady and a tramp, maybe. That was a movie reference, by the way. Don't cancel me. You might not like this, and I understand that. But that's also the reason this RV is the size and weight and price tag that it is. So things, are related. This is also not a model that's awesome for just sitting here watching TV all day. There's your TV hookup spot. Your sofa bench is over here. So I guess if you put a TV in and then leave the door open, your neighbor could watch TV. That would just be you're such a cool person to do that for your neighbor. What kindness you demonstrate. Now I mentioned, this is what I call a crossover. It's not what I call a full true toy hauler. Yes, it has a ramp door. Yes, it qualifies in the toy hauler category, but it's a traditional 8-foot wide. It's a 6.5-foot ceiling, and I'm going to estimate, I don't have the hard number on this, only about a 6-foot wide ramp entry door. Now, are these fully enclosed? Okay, they are. So if I wanted to set some stuff up there to decorate or something, I could put my Lego figurines up there. Or something. Awesome campsite window coverage on this thing. This is one of the other benefits of a wood-studded sidewall. Keep an eye out. You can put outlets wherever you want in this thing. Now, obviously, you're getting a nice look at the spare tire today. Not because I'm that super proud of it, but because this RV has a rear ramp door. They don't have the normal place they would mount the spare tire, so they ship it loose. Because they still want you to have a spare tire. You just got to figure out a place for it. You also now have a huge front storage compartment. You could probably make that happen. And this is a 15,000 BTU air conditioner, by the way, so a little bit larger factory air. A lot of campers are doing that. Grey Wolf was actually like your Cherokee travel trailers are about the first ones to standardize that. Your battery disconnect inside here is an unconventional but effective location for it. And you might notice how the 3-in-1 electric oven, air fryer, convection microwave, it'll keep your kneecaps company. so that, you you can do some really deep squats and bends to get down there to check your popcorn while it's cooking. But that also means that we have more overhead cabinet storage, and that's kind of the tricky thing. Every RV's greatest asset is also its greatest liability. And I think that's true of RVs, that's true of people, that's true of everything. Like, I want to give you lots of information on this camper, but it also means that I have to talk nonstop. It's not for everybody. I get it. These little guys flapping in the breeze here, you actually kind of hook them on the side right there. It's very tight. It's supposed to be very tight like that. That's what I call the puppy saver, or the baby saver, or the baby puppy saver, just to help keep that gap closed up a little bit. Now, by default, this doesn't have any sort of rear step arrangement. I don't think they actually even offer one that attaches to this. People don't realize that manufacturers can't just order any equipment they want for every single toy hauler ramp door, because there's only so many parts made for specific sizes. Good look at the plant here in the Grange, one of the plants actually. I don't think people realize how many facilities and how much infrastructure Forest River actually represents. We're going to come back to this. We're going to get folded out of the way. You notice how the cushion looks a little funky compared to the base? I did that on purpose to kind of demonstrate. It's a free floating cushion, which helps get it out of the way when you want to fold that bench against the wall, but it also means it kind of slides around under your butt. You tend to adjust it quite a bit. God bless America. The campsite window coverage on this is just fantastic. Now, we're in a black label edition today, which is why we are picking up that solid surface kitchen countertop space down there. Normally that would be a TFL, aka thermal foil laminated. Manufacturers are starting to use that TFL abbreviation, so I want people to know what it means. Now, you have basically double the overhead cabinet storage this used to have, and that actually does, you can see past clear through, so you can load some big stuff in here. That is a result of the fact that we do have that 3-in-1 electric oven down below the stovetop. They do not offer a propane oven. You have a propane stovetop, you've got a propane grill connect outside. They just don't offer an oven, basically. What they do offer is a serious pantry. Like, you know what else, though? I could see maybe somebody using that for, like, maybe some boots or helmet storage. Boots and pants and boots and pants. Like, there's a lot of different stuff you could have going on there. Your 3-burner cooktop up top. I've got the cutting board you're looking at there is from that big farm sink. You've also got, of course, that high-rise sprayer faucet. There's a funny thing down here. You wouldn't normally hear me say this. I understand why they've standardized it. I don't actually care for the trash can in the drawer in this instance, but they Burger King this sucker. They let you have it your way. You can regain a drawer. They made the insert removable, and then you can just put the wastebasket under the sink if you want to. That's up to you. Now, a couple things with this table. It includes this cool little, table. I meant bench. God, I'm stupid because I'm looking at a table. I said the word table. Anybody else ever do that? Anyway, table is included. It actually stores kind of under that bench, which is interesting. The bench obviously can fold up to get out of the way, but if you notice, they have these new brackets down here. If you're not paying attention, you will drop this thing on your foot, and it ain't exactly lightweight. They make the bench totally removable. It actually slots in place, but it doesn't lock in place. So when you're flipping that up, make sure you're really rotating it and not picking up on it, because then you end up picking the thing up too far, dropping it. Now, if you want to get it out of there, you can. Cool. But just kind of keep that in mind. You do have your, of course, corner closet space here. There is what I would normally call a power pocket behind it, but it doesn't have power outlets. So, what? Okay. So we have second TV hookups for the bedroom. But if you try to plug anything in there, you can't open the closet door, and you're going to hit a TV with the closet door. I just kind of wish they wouldn't have even had the TV hookups in there. I don't know that we necessarily need them in this little thing. That's just my 2 cents. Maybe I'm totally off base. I don't know. But again, I hope you appreciate that if I see something I think is screwy, I don't try to gloss over it. Now, there's some nice storage going on up here, but you are lifting it by hand. So you're going to be crawling hands and knees on the bed to get to all that. Black Label Edition adds a couple of those extra little lights there in that area. Do we have any power outlets up in this corner? Okay, hold on. I got to back up. I accidentally covered it up. You do have this little power bank over here. This is actually a localized 150 watt inverter, just enough to run like some CPAP machines and whatnot. There is a household outlet on there that'll run normally on park power. You also have some a USB plug type A and one type C. Your toilet space over here, it's pretty tight. This is not a giant bathroom. There's no way around it. There's no way to gloss over that. Whoa, this is. Can you even open this? Barely. Okay. All right. Well, I guess, I don't know. What else were they supposed to do? It's just a tight bathroom. What do you think about those vessel sinks, by the way? Love them? Hate them? Don't care? I don't know that I care. I don't know that I care. XL vent fan, though, that is a nice factory standard item. That'll save you potentially a couple $100 of aftermarket money. And the RV, again, is a traditional size. It's a 6.5 foot tall. So my head is, without a doubt, inside that skylight. Kind of keep little stuff like that in mind. And normally, I would show you the RV in road mode. But with this one really having no slides and kind of having that cargo bench out of the way, I think we're sort of there. One thing I would point out, though, is you do have D-ring tie-downs from the back area there all the way up here to that front bed. Now here's the trick. There's about 400 different measurements somebody might want in this. I can't try to predict every measurement every person's going to want. If you have a question, can my golf cart, something fit inside this? Measure your golf cart, call our team, they'll measure the camper, and we'll make sure before you ever spend money. Now, when this video began, I talked about a lot of half-ton towing. There is definitely potential here. And I said phrases like, more likely towable by your everyday driving half-ton. Thing is, there's a new X factor here that we also need to consider. That I don't have the info available to me at the time I'm recording this. It kind of just occurred to me a little bit later. You see that gigantic front compartment? That didn't used to be there. It used to have a small front storage area. They have adopted a miniature front drop frame. That also means they've probably added some hitch weight to this RV, and I don't have that full spec available to me. And the thing is, if you really learn about towing, what you're going to find is you will almost always exhaust the payload rating of your vehicle way before you exhaust your tow rating. So definitely check into that. Working our way up front, power tongue jack, doing the heavy lifting for us. We've also got our gas grill quick connect down here below that new drop frame front compartment. And this model, man, this has a huge storage cavity. It's big enough you could crawl into it, which is good because it's not technically a full pass-through. So you actually might need to crawl through it at some point. They have also updated and upgraded from optional to now standard power stabilizers. And I've got a little bit of a love-hate with them. I don't know. The manuals have just always served me very well for a number of years. But as I get older, the convenience of just pushing a button and making them work, also not too bad. Really good awning space on the RV as well. Let's look at a couple things here. If you look directly above this entry door, you've actually got like a little floodlight, you know, plus you do still have the awning lighting. Then you've got this black plastic thing. That's actually an air vent. So if you are loading something in this RV that has a combustion engine, you've got air vents that can get the, refresh the air in the RV. You can see a couple in the front and the back there. The idea being so that you don't end up smelling like a garage exhaust area when you get out of bed. The Black Label, or pardon me, the RR models that we're looking at, the rear ramps, the ramper campers, the toy hauler Cherokee Grey Wolves, they now come factory standard. When you get the RR models, you get their adventure package, which is like the tire lift kit and a couple other things. Basically, they just lift it up a little bit to give you a little bit better clearance. Now, I've had people say, when am I going to see a demo of that moonshade? Maybe when I get an extra set of hands. Like, I walked in today expecting 3 or 4 RVs, and they had like 8 to 10 waiting for me, and I just don't have time to break away from that. So contact a member of our team. I'm sure we can supply you with like a demo video or something. I should probably make my own setup video on this, because frankly, real talk, I don't know if they're easy or if they suck to put together. I don't have a clue. And I don't want to tell you one thing and then find out the other. You know, I don't want to tell you, oh, it's so easy. And then you get divorced because you bought a camper from Bish's RV because the stupid nerd said it wasn't going to be that bad. Your Honor, the nerd clearly said it wouldn't be terrible, and then it was. I want to get divorced. I've seen dumber things on court TV. Sorry. Apparently, I have an entire episode planned out in my head. I didn't even know it. You see the antenna sticking up on the back there, the tail? That is, kind of looks like Buckwheat's hair sticking, not Buckwheat. Oh God, was the little rascal, not, Buckwheat, that's who Eddie Murphy did, on Saturday Night Live. Oh, crap. Anyway, somebody leave me a comment. Let me know which little rascal I'm thinking of. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, you don't have a lot of space for like sewer stuff on this one. So it is nice that they do give you that little tube holder right there. Sorry, I got way off topic on this one for about 10 minutes straight. You also have a single consolidated sewer outlet. This is boring stuff to talk about, but this is really important stuff to find on an RV. Black tank flush, full hot cold outside utility shower. Very, very useful stuff. Now, if you look at this glass real close, it looks like it's waving as you walk by. This is called hung glass. This is not, well, it's Schrodinger's sidewall. It is both laminated and not. The fiberglass is laminated to a Luan wood panel substrate. The RV has a wooden skeleton. It's not stick and tin because it's not a tin skin. I call this stick and slick construction. And it gives you a lot of the benefits of both stick and tin and laminated construction. There's a lot of things that you get from it. But it is also basically the heaviest way to construct an RV. So if the skin's not super flat, that's kind of why. And I like to let people know, I don't want to lie by omission. I want you to know it's not an aluminum skeleton. But that also is part of the reason why they can put power outlets in the sidewalls in places where they don't suck. And it's also why, if you want to, you could hang stuff on the walls in this RV because you're not just screwing into styrofoam, you know? Another quick note here. You still have, they call it the Cherokee juice pack. It's a basic battery tending solar package. I think it's like 100 watts or something like that up on the roof. Might be 200. I've had a hard time keeping track of all the different solar packages. I'm so sorry. I really should have this down before I open my stupid mouth, but here we are. What I do know is they put the kind of wiring on a charge controller that could accept about, say, roughly 400 watts of solar before you have to start custom DIYing stuff. And holy cow, if this wind picks up any more, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a Kansas farmhouse fly overhead and squish a witch in the distance. Got something in my shoe. And I'm rolling. Hi. Oh, good. Okay. You caught me. Links in the video description for pricing and availability. And it's been a little while since I got a bunch of footage of a lot of different campers like this, but I'm going to try to do a little bit better this year. I just didn't happen to bump into as many last year, so I need to make more of an effort to do it. Short of that, if you appreciate what we're doing for you, being very real about what it is and what it's not, hit that subscribe button, and we'll do the same thing for you in the next one too. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Oh, it's not my shoe, it's in my sock. Still rolling.